Hi everyone, my name is Eddy. Welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make egg noodle from scratch. Okay, for making egg noodle, what I have here is the 500 gram flour. You can use the bread flour. If you don't find the bread flour, you also can use the all-purpose flour. As you check the package, outside the package, the protein can be up to 11. That is the best flour to making the noodles. For egg noodle, of course, the ingredient you need are eggs. Okay, I have eggs here, fresh egg here, and I got my scale. And prepare yourself a nice jar. Okay, easy to pour in. And what I like is some people say the one egg with 120 gram flour, 100 gram flour is very difficult to measure it exactly. But I always recommend you weigh it, weigh your ingredient, because the egg what we bought from the market, sometimes you buy the large egg, extra large egg, or medium egg, all different size, so the liquid were different, slightly different. So I always say just weigh your ingredient. So for 500 gram flour, you need about 42% of the liquid from 500 gram flour. So 500 gram times 42% is going to about 210 or up to 215 liquid. So egg also a liquid. So let's start to weigh our liquid. Okay, I got the one egg. So you see my first egg is already 55 grams. Then let's go to my second egg is 109 grams. So every single egg are different size, different weight. So now I'm looking for about 210. These 3 eggs going to 159. Now my number 4 egg, yeah, see, it's going to 213. So this is about going to 42% already. So this is good for me. Normally I will recommend the beginner, if you are first to make noodles, you weigh your liquid more up to 42%. So you can just add a little bit water, going to 215. So then they will be much easier when you knead the dough, especially for the beginner. Okay, that's good. And next ingredient is very important, is about the salt. The salt, all you need just 1% of your flour weight. So 500 grams times 1% is about 5 grams. Then I need 5 grams of my salt. There you go. Oh. Okay, there's 5%. Now let's mix our liquid all together. So all you need is just dissolve your salt. Okay, that's all into the liquid. Okay, ready? Next, my secret ingredient is turmeric. Okay, as you can see, turmeric is the yellow color. Okay, it's not just create the color, it also create a very light flavor. All you need is just 1 teaspoon into our flour. That's all you need. Okay, maybe your mess so tiny, but trust me, because the result will mess. Okay, all you need to do just mix this turmeric into the flour first. Okay, that is dry ingredient. It's good. Okay, mix well. Now let's start pouring our liquid into our dry ingredient. The tip is you must pour the liquid into the flour very slowly. Okay, I always say making the noodle is you need patience. All right, like this. Okay, slow down. Then use chopstick, just gently rolling and mix the flour. Okay, then you can see all the liquid is gone. Then we start pouring again. Okay, as you can see, there slowly. And carry on. Like this. Okay, now let's carry on. Just keep like this process. Slow down. And be patient. Gently mix flour with your liquid. Okay, in this stage, now you can start to find out. You can start to see. You see the flour become like a flake. Okay, that is what we're looking for. Okay, when you pour the liquid slowly, it allows the flour to absorb the liquid equally. Okay, that's going slowly. Okay, now that is our last liquid. That's all in. Stop. Okay, then carry on working. Okay, if you find a big chunk piece, see, as you can see like that, no problem. Just use your chopstick working like that. Okay. Okay, then just breaking down. Okay, good. Okay, now that's good. Done. Okay, now you can see all the liquid is absorbed in the flour like that, and once you see the bottom is not any dry flour. Okay, now then you can let it rest. Okay, you can start to knead the dough straight away, but I would recommend you let the flour to rest about 10 minutes. Okay, and let allow the flour get a little bit more time to absorb the liquid. Okay, then you can cover with the lid or them closed and let it rest for 10 minutes. All right, now it's 10 minutes. Let's start to knead our dough. Okay, as you can see, even more absorbed. Okay, in there. Okay, now to knead the dough, all you need is just use your body weight to push down the dough. Okay, like that. Okay, and this dough for the noodle dough is quite hard. Okay, so that's why you gotta use all your body weight. All right, until all the flour become the dough and your container is empty. All right, like this. And we can start working on the counter a little bit. Okay, once you will feel the dough is really hot. Okay, because once we start to knead the dough, then the gluten is start to create. In this stage, as you can see, the surface it's quite rough. Okay, you can see it's not really smooth, but don't worry. All right, don't worry. Just rest for at least half hour to 1 hour's time. Okay, then you can just cover with the damp cloth, or this. I always like working with this called a freezer bag or called a zip bag. Okay, then maybe make a nice shape. Then keep in the bag. Then squeeze the air much air out as possible. Then you just seal it. Okay, seal the bag. Okay, like that. Okay, then let it rest for at least half hour. All right, my egg noodle dough already rested for up to now about 40 minutes already. Okay, now we start to knead the dough. Okay, now let's start to knead the dough. When you knead the dough, same thing, same as the udon noodle, just keep your body weight, then push down, sorry, not push up, push down. Okay, then let's go like this, turning, knead the dough. Okay, as I always say, to making the noodle is all about the patience. Okay, what does that mean, patience? Is you working on dough, slow down, and the most important is the rest. Okay, if you don't let the dough rest, then the dough will get angry. When I say this way, okay, because it will getting very hard, very tough. So you don't want to fight the angry woman. I mean, angry dough, right? Okay, so you must be patient. Okay, like you treat your girlfriend or treat your wife. All right, that is how the dough working. So as you can see, all the noodle I'm making every single time, I working on the dough for 10 minutes, but I let the dough rest 40 minutes, okay, 10 minutes, yeah, right, like this. All right, now like this, you just keep working, keep knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. All right. You can see the dough is becoming much smoother. All right. Okay, now I want to make a dough a nice round shape, like that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now my dough is started getting angry. Okay, I mean elastic getting harder. Okay, the gluten working. So now we need to let the rest. Okay, before it rest, I would like it push down. Make a little flat shape like this. Okay, beautiful. Like that. Okay, at the back you can see. Okay, like this. It's much smoother, no problem. Then the bag we just use, and now put the bag into the bag again. Then squeeze much air out as possible, as always. Okay, and let's get all air possible. Okay, then just seal it. Then let this dough rest at least 3 hours. But the better result is you must I would recommend let rest for overnight, which means between 6 to 8 hours, give you much better result. Okay, then let's keep into the fridge, let it rest. And here I have one which already rest for overnight. Now you can see even the color is more darker yellow. All right. Here we go. Let me take out to show you. Okay, as you can see, this bag I always reuse. All right, you can see there's beautiful dough rest for overnight. It becomes like that. Okay, now you can use hand cut for egg noodle if you like. But this time I'm gonna show you use the pasta machine to cut our noodle, to rolling our noodle. If you don't have pasta machine, I will strongly recommend it was a value to invest one, okay, because that I found is very good kitchen tool to use. If you are like me, is a noodle lover. The pasta machine like this, what I get this is quite small. It's just only for home use. It's not a commercial use, so it's not really strong to feed your dough all together because it will broken your machine. So what I normally do is make a dough smaller like this. Okay, first just push down, make our dough more thinner. Okay, you can even use the roller. Okay, roll it out, make it thinner. Okay, good. Now this also quite big to feeding our machine, so that's going to cut into the smaller portion. Is much easy to work. So normally I work is about cut into the 4 portion. Will be easy to working. Okay, then cover with the towel. Make sure you don't want to dry out, or make it like this. Then we start working on one small piece of the dough. Okay, this is still quite thick. It's not really my personal machine. Always the widest always from the number 1. So my number 1 is only about 5 millimeter, okay, which means half centimeter. So that is also called thick. No, that's rolling out. Make it thinner. Okay. As you can see, the egg noodle is yellow, and I just put my little secret ingredient, turmeric. Okay, and become this beautiful color. Okay, and also turmeric is very good for your body. Okay, that is good. Should be good. Then let's go into our machine. Okay, here you go. Remember, first, don't put any cornstarch yet, just like this. Okay, straight down. Then let's feed our machine in. Okay, gently rolling in. Okay, good. Okay, now let's go to roll the second time. I always like rolling the noodle dough in the same thickness twice. Okay, to guarantee, make sure. Okay, now, and you can see the shape is not really equal, so we can just folding our dough like that. Okay, and little squeeze. Okay, still same, no cornstarch yet. Straight down, that's feeding, go down. Okay, gently rolling down, first time and second time. Okay, my pasta machine, the thickness is number 1, so you can check your pasta machine. Some is started from 0. As you can see, it's much equal now. Okay, let's folding the second time like that. Okay. Okay, just squeeze out and use, and you can rolling out air much as you can. You don't want to leave much air inside. Okay, good. Now let's feed our meat to the machine. Still the widest. Okay, still number 1. Go in. Okay. So simple, you see, it's already most like equal already for me. That's good. So now we want to go to cut it thinner. All right. So before we feed into the machine, now it's time to put a little bit of cornstarch like that. Okay. If you want to know how to make this little tool, you can check my udon noodle video. That is how I made this little tiny tool for cornstarch. Beautiful to use. Okay, and now let's go to change the thickness. Okay, you don't want to jump the numbers. I mean, you don't want to jump the thickness. You will always start from 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Otherwise, you will breaking goodness. Okay, now it's number 2. Let's go. First time. Okay, now let's go second time. You see, I always like the same thickness, always like doing the 2 times. Is make sure the gluten is needed patient to work in. Okay, now let's change another, number 3. Okay, let's go, number 3. Okay, go first time and the second time. Okay. Okay, this number 3, second time. Here we go. All right, now let's go to change number 4. Okay, You see that I always step by step, one thickness by next thickness. The reason we don't want to jumping because if you jumping too fast, then it will easy to breaking down the goodness. You know, in Asian culture, the noodle they like more texture. Okay, now it's number 4. Let's go into the number 4 first time. Okay, and now let's go number 4 second time. In. All right, that is good. Okay, as you can see, getting thinner and thinner. Now let's go number 5. Okay, here I got a little tip for you. When you feed in the pasta machine with your dough, like this, you don't want to keep it straight like that, all right? Because if you keep it straight like that, it's easy to unbalance when you're feeding. So the little tip is let your dough lie down. After the beginning you feed already, so let your dough lie down. Don't be afraid. Lie down, then you just give a little bit holding, and you can see when your dough feeding is very balanced. All right. Here we go. Time number 5. Now let's go second time number 5. Okay, feeding, better feeding, and I always let it lie down like that. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to change number 6. That would be my last thickness. Okay, that's feeding number 6. Here we go. Go in and lie down. Let's go. All right, here we go. And let's go a little bit. If you start to feel your dough is getting a little bit thicker, then you can, like me, always give it some starch. Okay, the second time, number 6. Okay. All right, good, beautiful. Look at that. That is beautiful, and just thickness is what I'm looking for. Okay, this can be make egg noodle. Okay, now let's going to cut. All right, here the pasta machine is always got 2 sides. One is spaghetti, one is tagliatelle. All right, sorry, it's Italian name. Okay, sorry about my accent, but you understand what I mean. Okay, now we use you can cut the thick one if you like the texture, but for me and for my daughter, it's always like a thin one. So this time I'm gonna cut the thin one. This is quite long. If you're not easy to working this long, you can always cut it in half, and it's much easy for you to feed in there. Okay, but for me, this time I would like it longer. For chow mein, I mean for the egg noodle, it's good to have a long one. Okay, now I start cutting with that feeding. Okay, after you feeding in, then same thing, same story, let your dough lie down, then carry on working on that. Okay, here we go. Then you can focus on here. Okay, this is our egg noodles. Okay, have you got? Okay, there is our egg noodles. Okay, like that. And normally I will keep it in the container like this. All right, this egg noodle, you can cook straight away if you want, but the better result is just cover with the baking paper. Okay, like this. Then let it rest about 2 to 3 hours. Okay, then it will be more a nice texture. And if you want to store the noodles, and you can leave like that in the fridge for about 2 days, keep it fresh like that. But if you want to keep it longer, I would recommend cover with the lid and keep it in the freezer. Okay, freezer straight away. You can keep up to 3 months, which is no problem. So, and if you want to cook the freezer noodle, you don't need a defrozen. You just take out directly frozen, then put it into the boiling water to cook it for 2 minutes. Then it will be ready to serve. All right. Okay, look, this is my how to make egg noodles. Stay tuned, and I will show you the great recipe how to do it with the egg noodles. I see you next time on Eddy's Kitchen.